we're going to be making cold brew. It's so easy, you'll wonder why you ever paid for it. So all you need to make cold brew are a couple of really simple ingredients. First, you need a jar or a pitcher, like this one. It's a 1 liter mason jar. You want something with a nice wide neck so you can get the coffee in and out easily. Next, you need a filter to put the coffee in. You can use a fine-grained muslin bag like this one. They're great. You can use them time and time again. But a simple non-woven bag like this works pretty good too, and it's also still reusable. Just dump out the grinds when you're done, rinse it, and let it dry. Today we're going to use this non-woven bag. So, in addition to the jar and the bag, you've only got 2 other ingredients. One of them is cold water, and then the last and the most important ingredient is the coffee. So to make a good cold brew, we recommend a medium roast coffee. Something that has a little bit of light roast mixed into it too, because the cold brewing process is really going to accentuate the chocolatey flavors in the coffee. And you want something with just a little bit of acidity and maybe some fruity notes to offset that chocolatey flavor. The Saltwinds Captain's Blend works perfect for cold brew. Next, what we need to do is grind the coffee. We've already done that for you. You want to get it as coarse as possible, kind of like rough sea salt. If you're ordering from us, just let us know you're using it for cold brew and we'll grind it up just right for you. So, let's make the cold brew. First, we just put our filter bag right inside of the jar we're using. And squeeze that all the way down. Next, we want to weigh out the coffee. I'm going to use a scale to weigh out 3 ounces, or about 85 grams, but you could also just use a measuring cup and measure out about a cup of grinds. You can use more coffee if you want a really strong concentrated cold brew, but this strength, so 3 ounces to about a liter of water, will give you an intensity that's just right to add a little bit of dairy to and drink as is. So, we're just putting the coffee right into the filter bag here. But don't worry, it's not going to go into your drink. That's what the bag is for. We're going to lift this out after the coffee's done, and you're going to be left with a nice smooth beverage with no grinds at all in it. If you don't have a filter, you can use a French press, but it does tend to leave behind a little bit of residue. Okay, there's our 85 grams. Next, we're going to add the cold water. This can be water straight from your tap if you've got good drinking water, or it can be filtered water, up to you. First, pour in just about a cup or so, like that, and then let this sit for a minute. The thing we want to avoid above all is dry pockets of coffee in there. That's why we grind it coarse too. When the coffee's finely grind, it tends to clump together and then the water can't really penetrate. But when you grind it coarsely like this, you can really get each granule saturated by water. Once it's sat a bit, get your spoon in there and just stir it around to make sure all that coffee is well mixed in with the water and that you don't have too many lumps in there. This one looks pretty good. Now that we've done that, we just pour in the rest of the water until our jar is full. You can rinse your spoon as you go here. And then we're just going to top it right up. You can already see the water is taking on the color of the coffee. It really doesn't take that long to start to extract all of those flavors. Okay. Next, all we got to do is tie this up. And I'd recommend you wrap the string around the neck of your bag a couple of times just to make sure none of the coffee gets out. Then put a lid on it and leave that for 12 hours. Here's one I made earlier. You can see already how much darker it is. This one is ready to go. All we've got to do is take the grinds out. This can get a little messy. Let's get our lid off and see if we can just lift the bag out of here. There it goes. So, just like that, you've got some cold brew. Let's try a little bit. Oh, that's so smooth. You've got to try this at home.